Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.
On YouTube, Scott Kirby, Jake Johnston, Lloyd Kirby, Jim Ash with you this morning. We are at the Hampton Inn, and we're going to talk some Railer basketball today. Waiting on Coach Al. He must have overslept today.
Does that ever happen? I don't think so.
No, I don't think he sleeps.
I think he's at your house fixing the water heater right now.
Well, that would be awesome.
Take yours back.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Railers with the game last night, a big rivalry come to town. Lanphier Lions. There he is, right there. He's on Joe time.
What was that young man? The larger young feller they had there for Lanphier. What was his name?
The Larger?
Larger.
Yeah. Oh, that was Hatchet.
That kid's a problem.
He's pretty good.
I mean, he had some talent to him. He could use some Coach Al tutelage, I think.
Or first name Shaughnessy.
Shaughnessy.
Comnick kept calling him Shaughnessy last night. I'm like, who the heck is Shaughnessy? It's Hatchet. I guess he just likes saying Shaughnessy.
Well, Josh does have words he likes to use more than others. So.
Well, Coach, you can put those headphones on. We're live, unless you got nothing to say today.
Good game last night, though.
Yeah, it was a good game up until the fourth quarter. Railers hung tight with them, down 3 at halftime, and it's kind of much of the same we saw at the Springfield game, where just kind of ran out of energy, and the lead grew, and we dug ourselves a little bit of a hole and didn't really have an answer. But joining us now is Coach Neil Alexander. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Tough game for the Railers last night. I know we talked a little bit on the post game, and it's just we're having a hard time finding some offense. And with Drew Hayes being out and Frank, we're really small, and that causes a problem underneath the basket and rebounding. And that showed last night. We were talking. Jake really loves that Hatchet kid from Springfield, and he had a heck of a game last night. Thought we did a good job on Holman, kind of limited him. First half definitely he got some points the second half, but Hatchet just dominated.
Yeah, he had his way, and even Tuesday night with Springfield, the bigger kids, it gives us a lot of problems at this point. So, we're the kids are battling. The kids that are on the court that are working, and they're doing the best they can. But eventually, over a course of 32 minutes, the size takes over.
Yeah, and like you said, we're not real deep on the bench last night, so a lot of them are putting in 32 minutes. I don't think Horn came out last night. Miller got a little bit of a break, but not much. And then Tungate, Gabe came out for a bit for a rest, but it's just hard. You're looking down the bench and trying to get these guys a break, and there's just not anybody there right now. Short has done a good job stepping in, giving some breathers, and that's good for our future to get him some of that varsity time. But just our depth right now, and like you've mentioned in shows past, that you haven't practiced or played with a full crew all year, and then as a coaching staff, that hurts because there's things you can do and want to do, but you're just limited right now.
It is, and there's some point where you got to look and say, what are we going to be playing with? Season's running out. We have always prepared for the regional, and want to be playing at the best that we can at that point. But it's hard to get to see improvement right now, because you can't get your size, because you need your size to be able to battle the big teams, right. and right now we're trying to figure out how to battle it with little guys.
Yeah, and you get Komnick back, that's good, but he's still not 100%. That wrist, his shot's still a little bit off, but hopefully that gets better as the year goes on. And he got in some foul trouble and was kind of limited what he could do, but he's getting to the rim, which you kind of. That's how he got hurt the last time, getting to the rim, falling, and breaking his wrist. But hopefully he heals up here quickly, and you get some other guys back, and towards the end of the season playing your best basketball.
Well, we hope so. Yeah. We hope so. We got a challenge tonight.
Yeah.
Quincy's ranked number 1 in 4A, and these kids that have been playing for Quincy now have been. And there's some of those kids that are 4-year starters. So, the Longcore kid, Bradley Longcore, is a high-level Division I player that's going out somewhere in California. Very good player.
What do you tell your kids as you're preparing for a game like this? I mean, let's face it, it's going to be a battle, and they're going to be good. They're going to pressure you. What do you tell your kids? Obviously right now we're struggling a little bit, and maybe their confidence is a little down. How do you prepare them for a game like this?
I don't think our confidence is down. The kids are playing hard. They're trying to execute, and that's what you want to do. Because playing these games, we can't get this type of pressure and competition in practice. Right. The quickness, the strength, and everything. So, tonight, our goal is to do the best that we can, play as hard as we can, and execute and do the things that we want to do. We want to execute our defense. We know their personnel is much better than what we have, but let's work at it. Let's try to do the things we got to do to make us get better. And don't worry about score. Just worry about playing hard and executing. And usually when you do that, you forget about everything and you play your best basketball.
Yeah, I mean, right now, nothing to lose. Go out and play the game. And like you said, execution is key. And is that what you're seeing right now? They're just not in the right spots, or
no? We're in the right spots. We're just outmanned, but that's okay. You don't get better playing against less talent. So by the time this is all done, it's going to help our kids get better.
That's what it's all about. Jake, you've been to several games. What have you noticed?
I like the play of Horn, and there's some other things going around the court there. Confidence, I think, in their shooting touch is one that kind of stands out to me. It almost looks like they're a little bit hesitant to pull the trigger a few times, and you got Miller and Tungate, and those two kids are very talented, and I think I'd like to see them let it go once in a while, maybe give a pump fake or something on a pass or whatever, get a kid moving out the wrong direction, just let it fly. But that's a kid. That's me sitting in the stands watching. So, but so far this year, defense has been a big deal for us. I think we played really well that first half last night. I mean, you let the big guy get 15, but really it was a fairly quiet 15, and we were right there with them.
Yeah, just down 3.5, and it just ran out of juice.
Yeah, well, we're getting better.
Yeah, it's the effort. I mean, you can't doubt the effort, because the effort's there. It's just just not working right now. And hopefully tonight we'll go in and get a big upset. How fun would that be?
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
I think Josh was talking to me a little bit last night. They had a coach pass away right before Christmas. Yeah. So they're doing something for that tonight. So
Tom Lepper, longtime assistant. He was a player there. I think back for Coach Wallace, and he had brain cancer, and he passed away here.
Was that
a couple months ago? And pretty sad. It's been a shocker to the Quincy basketball family, and our thoughts have been with them. And Andy Douglas is a class act, and we've been in touch with him as things have been going. We talked about Tom being in his situation, and we had Eric in ours, and so we had a lot of talking to talk about.
That's good. Obviously, as you want to win the game, but as a coach, you build relationships with these teams, and obviously you want to beat them, but at the end of the night, it's just a game, and to have something tragic like that happen, it's really brings things to light. But it should be an emotional night for them tonight, and hopefully we can go in there and come out with a dub. How fun would that be?
That'd be great. Our kids,
and they deserve it.
We're going over there to compete, and we want to go execute and play our game, and at the end of the night, we want to be better. Yep,
and hopefully we can do that. Well, a 2-hour drive over to Quincy, and what JV starts at 5:30?
5:30. Okay. Most everybody's going to the 5:37, and I know we still play some of our Saturdays at 5 and 6:30. So again, we mentioned it last night. Times have really changed. There's games now. A lot of schools are playing in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon. So
like those.
Yeah, they're kind of cool.
Cool, but sometimes that can also affect how you prepare for your game. We saw it with Illinois last Saturday. 11 a.m. game.
I do it again tomorrow, too.
Is that an early game tomorrow?
It's 11 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. Well, we saw what happened with them last Saturday. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying that's an excuse, but your game prep and your process that you go through the day,
it's different.
It's different.
It's you got to work at it. That's part of the coaching part is preparing your kids and having them ready to play at the time that's presented in front of you. So
the other team has to do it too.
Exactly.
So
yep.
But yeah, Illinois early tomorrow. So we need to get that water heater hooked up early then, don't we?
Well. Maybe Jake's available.
It's in the back of my truck.
I saw it.
Yeah. So, Coach, have a safe travel over there tonight, and hopefully the Railers can do well. And like you said, don't worry about the score. Just execute your plan, and play hard, and worry about the outcome
Yeah,
at the
we'll
end.
do
of the
that.
game. Yeah, they play hard, and I thought Tungate, even Collinsville, the Collinsville tournament, he really kind of stepped up and found his groove, and I need to find that again.
Yeah.
Those little pull-up jumpers, he was very successful at.
We've got to work on consistency. We want to be, do the same things over and over and over. So he's really improved. But he's had to step up with the injuries and things that we've had, and he's done so.
Yeah. Well, Coach, good luck tonight as we travel to Quincy. And once again, it's a 5:30 start for JV and 7 varsity, and you can watch all the action here.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you over in Quincy.
All righty.
All right. Let's take a commercial break. We come back. We'll have more here on the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
This is Corporal Brian Clements with the Lincoln Police Department. This week, Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers is seeking information in reference to a shooting that occurred on December 30th, 2024 at approximately 7 to 8 p.m. in the area of the North Jefferson Street near the Logan County Fairgrounds. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries from a small caliber gunshot. At this time, no description of a suspect was given. If you have any information on this crime, please contact the Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers anonymously at 217-732-3000 or the Lincoln Police Department at 217-732-2151. Tips leading to an arrest could receive a cash reward of up to $1,000. Crime Stoppers only wants your information, not your name.
The Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week is brought to you by Me Realty, supporting a thriving community safe for families through support of the Crime Stoppers program. Me Realty, 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. Locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Are you sick and tired of the telephone calls, text messages, and ads in the mail for Medicare Open Enrollment? Medicare Open Enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Changes made during this time will go into effect January 1, 2025. Feel free to call me, local Medicare agent Darrett Entwistle, and set an appointment to go over 2025 changes and plans. My office is in downtown Lincoln, or I can meet with you at your home if you like. Again, call me, Darrett Entwistle, your local Medicare agent and your friend in health insurance, 217-651-8046.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
This is Piper Whiteman from the 2024 Lady Railers State Champion Basketball Team, and you're listening to Cheap Seats on WLCN.
The police.
Don't know.
Was that close?
Who? Human League.
Well, yes. I mean, that's what I was going after.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. Girls in action today. JV kicking off at 1 o'clock, varsity at 2:30. You can catch all the action here on WLCN, and then the nightcap with the boys. So busy day for the crew. We're trying to get J-Mac to call in, talk about the championship game.
He doesn't want to
Monday, but he's heading to Grady's practice now, and apparently he's some sort of machine. He says,
like an ice cream machine?
I'm a machine.
Ice cream.
Ice cream or a donut making machine.
Donuts.
Yeah. Ice cream. So whatever
kind of machine he is, throws out a prediction there.
He's just probably not a well-oiled machine.
He is Notre Dame 27, OSU 23.
Well, Thigh Master machine, he says. So I don't know. It's his story. The exciting times for J-Mac. RT, Ryan Thomas is a huge Notre Dame fan. And
you like the Notre Dame a little bit too, don't you?
Yeah, I like Notre Dame for sure. But
a lot going on Monday.
Yeah, a lot. We've got several things. Name 3 or 4 things that's going on Monday, and one of them you probably don't realize. It's a big day.
No, I don't know any other than the football game.
Inauguration.
What? That's Monday?
Yeah. Martin Luther King Day, so no school.
Yeah, okay.
Football game.
What? Okay, yeah.
And what else? The best birthday present ever for me would be the inauguration. So what's that mean?
No idea.
It's my birthday.
What?
On Inauguration Day.
Who knew?
Lloyd. Jim.
And me, actually. But trying to play dumb as best
There's still time to go get me something real nice.
Oh, we've already got you a gift.
So, yeah.
The whole group of us came together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your 38th birthday.
Yep.
That's a big one, Scotty.
That is a big one.
Yep.
Getting closer.
Your wife was rocking the cradle back in the day.
I'm not even going to say what J-Mac responded on. If you don't like Notre Dame, you probably have something wrong with you, but we're not going to say that on air.
I guess I don't know. I'm a little bit all caught up in the prestige of the Notre Dame, the Golden Domers, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, you guys got me convinced. You know, if sitting there looking at the season, watching Notre Dame pick up steam after their big loss at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, it's hard to bet against them, but I definitely would. Ohio's going to win this game bigly.
You think so?
Oh, it's going to be huge. Huge.
Huge, he says. Well,
it's going to be like Texas against USC blowout.
You better read your message in, because if you're not with Notre Dame, you have something.
Well, that's quite possible true. It's coming from J-Mac.
You know, Notre Dame's coach Freeman, 38 years old, and playing for a national championship. The guy is just well-spoken.
Very well-spoken.
He doesn't get, or from what I see, too out of control. He's level-headed, very smart, and just a heck of a coach. And that guy's going places.
A lot of people weren't saying that after the first game of the year. But, yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. Who was the first game of the year? You mean NIU game?
Yeah.
That wasn't the first game of the year, I don't believe.
No?
No. I don't think so.
It was back in the day. But anyways, yeah,
seems like forever ago.
It does seem like forever ago. It's been a heck of a season for college football.
And I think you said it last week. This has been the greatest college football season of all time.
In my opinion, I think it has to be in the contention. Boy, this playoff has been fantastic. Expand it the way they did, getting a couple extra teams in there, and then you kind of settle it. I mean, I really don't think you can make an argument for any of the other teams. You could say they could be in there, but I don't think they would have. The outcome would have been any different.
No, I mean, you're trying to get your top teams in there, and then you put your Boise States in there, and who else?
Who? I mean, deservedly to be near the top. You know,
their record.
Yeah,
but you also got to look at competition level.
Yeah.
If you would have put Alabama in there, you know, what would they have done?
Or Tennessee, or yeah. I mean, you name them, throw them out there. But a great bowl season as well. The teams that didn't get in there, you know, it was fantastic. It was great to watch. Yeah. So
Arizona State had a great year, and they should have beat Texas. You know, still looking at that game, thinking, man, they had it, but they deserve to be there. And like you said, expanding it just. It drew people in, you know, it made it more relevant.
Yeah.
Just to see, you know, instead of picking your top 4 teams and letting them go at it, you know, and now
then you
build something up.
You got a few other teams that, you know, played with, they were relevant this year. Mm-hmm. Colorado, Nebraska, Illinois, being a few right there.
Indiana.
Indiana, wow.
Had a great year.
Fantastic year.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. And then, you know, you got the big ones, Oregon and Ohio, and, well, even Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. They were all right there competing, and you know, a couple wins here or there, and all of a sudden the championship series would have looked a little bit different.
Changes, and you know, people are always going to look back, hindsight, you know, it's 2020. Well, this team should have got in. This team should have got in. Well, I mean,
I don't think you can save much of that this year, though. This year,
well, I mean, you look at some of the blowouts, you know, early on, and, you know, why did Boise State get in? Well, because, you know, they, like you said, they deserved it. You know, they had a great year, good record, and boy, that running back they have, Jenny or whatever his name is,
pretty legit.
Yeah. So there might be some running backs go decently high. I know in the
which
draft.
hasn't happened in a while.
It doesn't happen. You know, I like that Scadaboo from Arizona State.
Ain't he fun to watch?
Yeah, because that guy can do anything. And then you got Genty from Boise. Boise.
You wonder how it translates to the NFL, though.
Yeah.
You know, because the schemes are just so much different than what they would with was Scadaboo.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he translates to NFL.
Just the name, you know. Just
the name.
The name.
If they could figure out a way to get him involved, I mean, big asset right there.
And that's what teams are looking for. They're looking for that
Marshall Falk back,
and just to mix it up a little bit. You know, a lot of teams, you didn't see the Wildcat in the NFL, and then that's a different type of play now in the NFL, and then you see a lot of the Wildcat, which started in college. Trying to find that wrinkle to mix things up, and that's what some NFL teams are looking for, just that utility player, like a Tyreek Hill or
that Wildcat. Those linebackers are a lot faster in the NFL. It seems like than college for the most part. So
for sure.
Maybe that's why you don't see quite as much of it successfully ran. You probably get some guys pretty injured doing that. So and then you see some the NFL. You see some option now. The RPOs, run pass options, and the NFL is changing, and they're spreading it out, and the running backs just aren't drafted as high anymore as they used to be. You can go 3rd, 4th, 5th round and get a good running back, and unfair to them, because they weren't drafted high and get that pay. But, it just you'll get. I mean, I feel like it happens in bunches, though. You'll all of a sudden you'll start getting guys drafted earlier, and a whole big group of them will for next few seasons, and then all of a sudden again they'll rotate back. Offensive line should always be up there, and then you got a couple other guys. You're needing offensive line, defensive line. That's where you start. Yeah. Or most
hopefully
teams
the Bears
start,
are listening to us right now.
Most teams start with that. I was going to say, and then you look at a team like the Bear, and you're like, okay, let's start with an ownership.
Yeah, let's not worry about our offensive line.
Maybe a coach. Can we trade some draft picks for coaches?
I was reading this morning that they were trying to trade for Mike Tomlin there in Pittsburgh, but it was denied.
Yeah, I could see that.
And now
Mike Tomlin would be a game changer for the Bears. Well, I say that. No, it wouldn't, because they still have the same ownership group that just traded for a coach. So, yeah. And I could see that. I could see them offering, hey, we'll give you a first rounder. I mean,
I don't know. It's frustrating, but the Bears still looking for a coach. Had Mike McCarthy in. I think he was the only live in-person interview.
Mike McCarthy?
Yeah.
Wow.
From the Cowboys. You don't like it?
No.
Well, I think, then Ben Johnson from Detroit, I really like him.
A lot of people like him.
Vrabel was in the mix until the Patriots fired their coach, and now Vrabel looks like he's probably going to New England. I don't know. There's a lot of teams out there looking for coaches. The Jaguars, the Raiders should be a pretty popular spot to land. The Bears, obviously, and several others. So there's going to be a fight for these coaches, and hopefully the Bears get it right this time, because they haven't got it right for a while.
What was their last right? I mean, maybe Lovey?
Maybe Lovey.
I mean, and he inherited – I mean, that team was stacked.
Yeah.
He inherited one heck of a team, but I think his demeanor also kept him in.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, I guess, controlling the locker room and the respect of the players. And if you lose that, you're losing.
You had Olin Kreutz back then, I believe. And
you had Olin, you had Urlacher, Briggs. I mean, they had a pretty solid team. And I thought they had a pretty solid team this year. Rex Grossman.
Strikes the fear.
That was the Rex Grossman era.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Well, he wasn't there a whole lot. He was hurt most of the time, but Kyle Orr
played in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was, 19 years ago.
Is that how long it's been?
2005. Is that right?
That was Peyton's first championship there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, boy. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's pretty frustrating being a Bears fan.
Yeah, or a Cardinals fan here in the last few years.
Well, we can talk some baseball, too. I mean...
well, if you're a Cardinal fan, not much going on.
No.
You lost your first baseman, and I don't know, maybe the face of the team. I don't know.
And where did he go?
Win. He went to the Yankees.
Yeah, and we lost Bellinger. Where did he go?
He went to the Yankees.
Yeah. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk some baseball.
All right.
And we'll also talk some Illini basketball. So stay tuned. You're in the cheap seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Food Pantry Co-op is accepting new members. Earn a weekly shopping pass while giving back to your community or attending career readiness classes. Members enjoy a grocery-style setup and shop items specific to their household. Monthly specials, cooking tips, recipes, and item promotions make shopping fun. New inventory on a monthly basis. To sign up or learn more, call us at 217-732-2159 or visit us on the web at capsule.info.
Culver's.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Since 1958, Eaton has been a proud part of the Lincoln community, building high-quality commercial and residential distribution products each year, featuring load centers, metering devices, and electric vehicle chargers. Eaton has multiple career opportunities available, from entry-level through management. Eaton provides excellent benefits and has many career growth opportunities. Apply to join the Eaton team today at jobs.eaton.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Welcome to Lifestyles of the Famous and Rich. I'm Robin Peach. We're exploring high-class homes to see what preposterous price people pay for their fancy furniture.
Robin?
Yes.
Folks don't have to spend a lot of money for a great-looking home.
Oh?
No, Jake's Furnishings in Lincoln offers furniture for every budget, from companies like Flex Steel, England, and Ashley, along with mattresses from Spring Air, featuring Spring Air's copper collection with patented copper fabric and copper-infused memory foams for a healthier sleep experience. With delivery available, Jake's helps you live like a king without making a royal dent in your bank account.
That sounds delightful.
See for yourself at jakesfurnishings.com or stop by Jake's at 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. For updates about promotions and new arrivals, be sure to like Jake's Furnishings on Facebook.
So does that mean I can stop yelling with this accent now?
I suppose so.
Thank goodness, that was exhausting.
And annoying.
What?
I said folks will be enjoying their purchases from Jake's Furnishings, 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Jake's Furnishings, make it your own.
Since 1958, Eaton has been a proud part of the Lincoln community, building high-quality commercial and residential distribution products each year, featuring load centers, metering devices, and electric vehicle chargers. Eaton has multiple career opportunities available, from entry-level through management. Eaton provides excellent benefits and has many career growth opportunities. Apply to join the Eaton team today at jobs.eaton.com.
Come join the Growl family. It's Growl right now. Come join the Growl family. It's Growl right now.
This is Chris Grau from Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln. You've heard the old adage, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That still applies today when it comes to car repairs. Finding vehicle problems early before they become big problems can save you hundreds, if not thousands, in the long run. Contact our service department to have your car or truck looked over today. We'll gladly perform a visual inspection and provide a written estimate and let you know what needs to be done right away or what can wait. Call Tub, Nate, or Dave in the service department at 217-735-4444 or visit us on the internet at www.growinc.com.
Come join the Growl family. It's Growl right now.
Join the happy folks who choose the beautiful Hampton Inn Hotel in Lincoln, Illinois. Part of the Hilton family hotels, you'll love all the luxury and amenities the Hampton Inn Hotel in Lincoln has to offer, including a delicious full hot breakfast served every day, an indoor heated pool and whirlpool, along with competitive rates on wedding and reunion blocks all year long. So don't wait. Reserve your stay at the Hampton Inn Hotel in Lincoln, or schedule your complimentary tour and consultation for your business meetings and events. Phone the Hampton Inn Hotel at 217-732-6729. That's 217-732-6729, 24 hours a day, and go online to lincoln.hamptoninn.com. Just off Interstate 55 at exit 126 at the Lincoln Hampton Inn. They love having you there.
This is Greg Olszewski, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, and Sabadoo on 96.3 FM WLCN.
Yeah.
Yeah. Name it. Legitly.
Legit? I don't know. Usher.
I think it is. Yeah, good job, buddy.
I mean, if you say legit, I'm going to throw it out there.
Okay. Well,
it's not very often I'm going to do that. I would have said Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. You're a believer.
Or Garth Brooks would have been a good one. Maybe George Strait.
You would have been wrong.
Yeah.
You would have been wrong. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM. We're going to transition over to some baseball. Pitchers and catchers are going to be meeting up here in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Speaking of catchers, a little segue. Bob Uecker passing.
Yeah.
Sad deal.
Yeah.
Great ambassador for the game of baseball, and just a unbelievable talent for a guy that took a mediocre career and really made something out of it. Always a joy to listen to him a lot. Back when I had the MLB app, and love to turn. He was one of the voices you like to turn on and hear.
Yeah, obviously a great baseball broadcaster. Major leagues really.
Oh yeah, really shined
career out. Always fun watching that. And
absolutely.
Yeah, just like you said, great ambassador to baseball, and he's definitely going to be missed up in Milwaukee.
Some of the greatest story. I mean, if you ever listened to a Milwaukee game, which I know down here a lot of people didn't really listen to them unless their team was playing them, but if you ever got to listen to Bob Uecker call of a game, he did it in a way which it was story time. I mean, he would break away in some of the most odd avenues you'd ever heard of, and he had some great clips on Johnny Carson. That's where I first heard him, was on Johnny Carson back when I was a kid, and then in Major League, the movies, he was fantastic on. So former Cardinal, I wouldn't say Cardinal great, but definitely a great personality.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will definitely be missed. Baseball won't be the same up north without him.
Well, I tell you what, it's really a shame. We've talked about it before. Harry Kalas passing, and others. It's all the baseball great voices seem like they all move on. And
Vin Scully,
Harry Carey. Vin Scully's short, not so long ago. Harry Carey, Jack Buck. I mean, you keep going down the list, and it doesn't seem like they're getting replaced in a way that you wish they would.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back when I was a kid, you go home after school or on a weekend and you turn on WGN, and it was Harry Carey and Steve Stone, and it just, that to me was baseball. Because that's what you grew up with. You recognize those voices. I mean, you didn't have to watch the game.
They're part of the family.
Yeah, and it was, back then there wasn't a whole lot of baseball on TV unless you had your major network, and WGN obviously carried the Cubs, and and you couldn't necessarily, like today, you can watch any game you want anywhere, anytime, and
you turned on the radio for almost everything.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that voice just sticks in your head, and that's what's going to be for Milwaukee fans. They knew Bob Uecker, and that he was the voice of Milwaukee baseball.
Absolutely, yeah, and Mike Shannon was a big voice for the St. Louis Cardinals, and for decades, and you hear the other guys doing the radio show now, and they do a good job. I'm not saying they don't do a good job. It's just it's not that voice that you tune into and you hope to hear. I guess,
maybe it is for the younger folk.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
that's who they're going to be growing up with.
And I hope that's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's just so many of them are so much more difficult to listen to, knowing the history of so many others.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So same thing with Cubs games. So hard to listen to, so hard to watch, just almost impossible, just awful.
Whatever.
Now the Cardinals haven't done much this offseason, though. We'll see. I think it's going to be promotions from within, and let's see what these kids are all about. I think the management side of Cardinal baseball really has taken one or two steps back. You look at a guy like Nolan Arenado, and he wants to be a Cardinal. He doesn't want to go anywhere. He feels like he has unsettled business here. He didn't accept a couple trade opportunities because he has no trade clause, and good for him.
Yeah.
And hopefully that pays off for him and the Cardinals. I think they got potential, some solid options from their youth. They just have to produce.
Yeah, and why not bring some young kids up, develop them, and maybe sacrifice a year or two. But Cubs kind of, I don't know what avenue they're going in, because there's still some guys out there to be signed. They go out and get that Kyle Tucker, which I like. You lose Bellinger to the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of I don't want to say rebuild, but you got to plug some guys in there. And how do you compete with the Dodgers or the Yankees or all these teams that are going out and spending billions and billions of dollars? And we were talking a little bit off air. The Dodgers, they're what'd you call it? Were they paying over?
Oh yeah, they're deferred
payments.
Deferred payments over $1 billion.
Yeah, so that's money that
doesn't count towards the cap, which I don't understand that.
But the players aren't necessarily getting it now. But once they retire, they're gonna. It's kind of like a Bonilla type thing.
Oh yeah, just like Bobby Bonilla.
Bobby Bonilla is getting paid.
Still getting paid by
the Mets. Every year he's getting, I don't know how much.
It's only like $7 million or something like that, right?
Only.
I know it's $1 million, but
okay. Well, I mean, but it's like forever.
Yeah.
And for Bonilla, I think they say it's almost 50% interest. So half of his deferred payment is actually interest. So, I mean, good for him. Well, I mean, he was kind of the first guy really to do that. And
does something need to be done about that?
You would think with them doing it's not really a salary cap. But in a way it is, because if you get over a certain point, then you have to pay a luxury tax. So you would think that they would have to include that into the luxury tax at some point. It won't happen during this bargaining agreement. There's no way, because that would hamper them getting more money for the players.
But, I mean, these mid-market teams, there's no way they're going to compete with those major teams just because of the salaries. Your Tampa Bay Rays, your Marlins, even the Brewers,
Oakland A's, or not Oakland anymore, but soon to be Las Vegas A's. Which their stadium that they're putting up is gorgeous. It's It's going to be
Vegas, baby.
It's Vegas. I mean, that's going to be a nice place to watch a ball game at.
So I just don't know how teams are going to be able to compete. Obviously, the players have to produce, and it seems unfair.
As a fan, unless you're a
Dodgers or a Yankees fan, and
but you got teams like San Francisco, the Red Sox, the Phillies, the Mets. They're bigger markets, and they'll pull back for a year or two, and then all of a sudden they'll go all in and they'll compete with them for everything. So you'll see that, and the thing about a team like the Cardinals and the Cubs, our ownerships have money.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not the bottom of the barrel. I'll say that. But they choose.
Yeah, they don't
to
go
pull
out.
back.
Yeah, they don't go out and make that splash.
No,
they don't just throw money out there.
Last few years, well, since you guys won the World Series, but really even before that, they really pulled back and stopped making big contracts. And they've really relied on the youth to push them forward, and that's what won you guys the World Series, not money. I mean, the money didn't really. They traded away all their assets to get that team, and they got them, and they got to have them for a few years, and you guys were pretty relevant until now, and now you're just not.
Bonilla contract is $1.1 million a year until 2035.
Is that Joel Vincent?
Yeah. So he's got 10 more years.
Good for him. How old will he be at that time?
Gosh.
July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah. Love it.
Show me the money. That's crazy, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't see the Cardinals going out and spending big money on anybody. I can see him going after like a Max Scherzer at the end of his career or something like that. But I don't see him going after David Price in his prime. I just don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
You looked at all the free agents in the offseason. I didn't see a single one that I thought, the Cardinals should really go after him. There wasn't a single one out there.
Yeah. And as a fan, it's frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously we want our team to win. We want to see those big names. But I guess when you're the GM of a team, that you got to be smart about it. And, the Cubs in the past, they've got themselves in some holes with, the Soriano.
Soriano
was a big one. Even the Jason Hayward one was a big one where, you got him kind of at the end of his prime, which he did help win a World Series. But
that speech he gave put him over the edge.
The rain and the speech got us a World Series championship. But you want those veterans on there to control the locker room. It's just like any other sport.
But at the time, he wasn't. I mean, he was a higher price, but he wasn't the high price.
No. But I mean, still higher than I think the Cubs paid him more than they should have, but at the time,
more than Cardinals were willing to pay him.
Yeah,
and the Cardinals made the mistake and go after Dexter Fowler. I'm like, what are you doing? They did a shorter term.
It's kind of the same player.
Really, very similar, same player.
Yeah.
Both had good careers and whatnot. But,
for sure.
Wasn't really what those teams needed, but the Cubs, like you said, they won a World Series. So, but with that youth, element,
and you look at the World Series team now, and what are they? Obviously, they're older. They're getting up there in age, but Chris Bryant just kind of fell off the face of the earth. He hasn't done much. Baez struggled in Detroit. Now Rizzo with the Yankees, he was he was good with the Yankees,
he was solid,
but he wasn't the guy.
No,
he wasn't the guy that they look for. And then you got Contreras with the Cardinals. He's kind of been injured a lot, kind of up and down.
Moving him, he's not even going to catch anymore. He's going to be first baseman and DH. So he won't be there anymore. Which, I mean, in his defense, he's also a plus bat. I mean, if he's healthy, so to get him away from being the grind of a catcher, he may be one of your better hitters in the league.
Could be.
Hopefully that pans out for them. I mean, he's definitely going to be one of the guys that the team looks at as a leader. So we'll see how that goes.
And first base, that's a different animal for Contreras, never really playing it. So there's going to be some some learning curves.
You want to talk about winning the World Series when the Cardinals played Texas. That won them the World Series. The fact that Texas didn't have a real first baseman. They plugged a couple guys in there that were better hitters.
And Napoli, or they had it first.
Napoli there a little bit, and then I think they put Wright over there, who was originally a shortstop. And everybody says, "Oh, well, first base is easy." No, first base is not easy. First base, you control the game almost as behind the pitcher and catcher. You're the third person.
Yeah.
So, and boy, you got to make a lot of plays because the ball gets thrown at you a lot from awkward angles.
And if it ain't a straight-on throw, you're gonna have to scoop it out.
Well, if you're not used to being over there, your footwork. It's amazing how much footwork puts you in a bad position.
Yeah, because if you have good footwork and if you're reaching to get the ball, that's the difference between out and safe.
Yeah.
You know,
if you have the wrong foot and you're stretching for the ball, you're 2 to 3 feet shorter to the ball, and if that's between taking a short hop or a mid hop. You don't want those mid hops.
No. Especially coming at you at 90 miles an hour into the dirt.
From whatever angle, if you're a third baseman, you don't know how they have 50 different ways they're going to throw it, and same thing with shortstop. Second base, you're pretty much straight on, but it comes at you at all different angles, and scooping is an art. And that won the Cardinals. You can argue whatever you want, but that won the Cardinals the World Series.
I'm going to argue, just I don't like seeing it.
Yeah, I hear that. I thought the same thing when the Cubs won in 2016. Everybody's like, "Oh, well, you got to pull for the Cubs." No, I did not.
Hey, I'm with you. If you're a diehard Cardinal fan, you don't want the Cubs to win.
No, I mean at all costs. I had never wanted an American League team to win as much as I did when the Indians lost.
Now, see, I'm kind of torn because as a Cub fan, you never want to see the Cardinals win, but when you have family members that are Cardinal fans, you want it for them.
No, you don't. You want to rub it in.
But in the back of your mind,
you want to. You don't, because you want to rub it in like there's nobody's business.
Well, as a Cub fan, we don't have any rubbing in to do because
you've been to the World Series once in your lifetime and you won it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's our baseball talk for today. We can transition over for a few minutes to Illinois basketball. They're back in action tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Michigan State.
Yeah.
We saw what they did last Saturday at 11 a.m.
Who we thought
that was a trap game.
Trap game.
Against USC, that just wasn't the Illinois team we expected to see.
Before that game, though, you were talking, they're just playing USC. They're not very good.
Yeah. I think that's maybe what they thought as well.
That did not age well.
But fortunately for the Illinois, they bounced back and beat the snot out of Indiana, and that was a fun game. A little kind of reunion with Luke Goody, who transferred over to Indiana. He didn't have a good game all around.
You liked seeing him out on the floor, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't get to see a lot of that in Illinois, and really, I think Illinois kind of moved on from him, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know that he would have got much time on this team.
No. What a team they've got put together here, though. I mean, we talked about it before. I mean, it's just so many different styles of play all on one team that really seem at this point of the year to be working well together.
Yeah, and which is surprising because it's a young team. Really only one returning player from last year, and that's Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn, who didn't have a whole lot of playing time last year. But I tell you what, I like his play. He is a scrapper. He can shoot. He's not a very big guy, but man, he can jump. He's very active on defense and offense. And then you got Ty Rogers, who decided to redshirt this year just to kind of work on his game and things that he needs to get done. But you're bringing in a whole new squad, and some of it from overseas, and to gel this quickly, and they're only going to get better.
Well, you've got to look at that and say, moving forward, beyond this year, you don't know how this year's going to go. We're assuming it's going to go pretty well for them, but moving on from this year with the transfer portal and everything else you got going against you nowadays, you got to look at Illinois and be like, man, they're built okay. Like, you may not like some things Underwood does, and as a fan, there's people going to be that way. At the same time, boy, they have put together really this last year and this year, you see it more so than the previous years, where they're getting their players in and they're mixing them together, and you're seeing a product that's real fun to watch.
Yeah, and their bench is pretty deep. You saw what they did against Oregon.
Yeah.
They used their bench a lot first half, and I think they had 18 points or something like that off the bench. And it's just kind of unheard of. But yeah, they're pretty solid, and if they keep getting, well, they're going to get better. If they just gel a little bit more, I think they're starting to figure out their roles, what needs to be done. Boswell, coming over from Arizona, a great ad, and then you got Huma Kraus from Evansville. Can shoot the ball. His defense is getting better. Struggled there at times early on, but playing from a mid-major to a Illinois, that's a big difference. And he's really starting to come along. And Morez Johnson, freshman, a beast, going to be good. And Ivicic, coming from overseas, they got him as a sophomore. So hopefully he sticks around for another couple years. And then you got Kasparas Giakionis, the freshman, who's just a superstar. Yeah, they're talking he's a top 5 pick right now in the NBA, and you can see the difference when he's on the court and not on the court. We didn't see him at USC. He just controls the pace of the game, and
you can he's definitely one of those guys that if you watch enough college basketball, you see him and you're like, oh, that guy's going to be an NBA player.
He's good. He's real good.
He is talented. Really, he's kind of bigger too. I mean, he's not a small kid. No. As a point guard goes, he's going to be fun to watch even after this year.
Yeah, for sure. And and then just kind of looking ahead, then you rebuild again. And that's where the transfer portal comes in.
And like I said, with this team, they've done such a fantastic job the last couple years. I really feel like it was last year and this year. The year before a little bit with the transfer portal, but I really feel like this year and last year they really kind of excelled at putting kids together that seem to work well together. And I hope they keep getting better and keep moving forward like they are, because boy, they're fun to watch.
Well, it looks like they just kind of scout the Missouri Valley, because you go get Damask from SIU.
That didn't hurt.
And he did well for himself. Yeah. He's with the Bulls right now in the G League, doing decent, good. And then you go to Evansville and you get Huma Kraus, and those mid majors, man.
Shannon Jr. He came from, where did he come from? Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Yeah. Now he's with the Timberwolves, tearing it up in the G League, which I don't understand why.
Boy, he's really tearing it up in the G League. I mean,
I don't understand why he's not up with the team.
He's had a couple games where he's put up like almost 40 or
47, 32.
Like, why are you not on the main roster?
Right.
But hey, maybe they feel like he's getting the play time he needs down there, and hopefully for next year he'll
still
be
getting paid.
Yeah, you're still getting paid.
Tearing it up.
But been fun to watch.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's going to do it for us today, Jake. And boy, we actually had some sports discussion today without Joe.
Awkward.
Yeah, boy, this was a sports show. It's kind of nice.
Without Joe, shout out to Joe. He's Joe out. He is actually stuck on his roof. He was trying to clean the gutters, had a little back up there, and the ladder fell, and Michelle refused to put it back up.
Still up there.
Yeah, he's stuck. The dog doesn't like it.
No. Archie does not like it. All right, that's going to do it for us today on the Cheap Seats. Thanks for tuning in, and we will talk with you next week.
Good day.
Live video streaming of this event is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM,